Hello everyone, subscribe to my channel to not miss new trending manhwa.
A voice promises magic that will illuminate the entire world. On stage, the vibrant group Wiz Girls greets their adoring audience. Fans are overcome with emotion, tears streaming as they cheer. These idols rocketed to fame after a hit survival audition show. Their popularity exploded globally, with one member shining brightest. Towering billboards announced the group's beloved main vocalist and leader. Introducing the heart of Wiz Girls, the 17-year-old Lee Ari. Someone watches Lee Ari's dazzling performance on a massive screen. A man sits alone at a table to empty bowls before him. His simple meal waits as his hands rest, a quiet moment unfolding. The man with the backpack urges his somber mother to eat before he leaves. He thinks of Ari, his one and only younger sister. His hand tightens on a doorknob, determination setting in. A fierce, protective anger flashes in his eyes for his younger sister. 3 months prior, Ari had returned home, leaving her agency life behind. Officially, her departure was due to health, but the family knew the truth. The real cause, a storm of online rumors and fake news. Even television broadcasts presented these fabrications as facts. News reports blared, accusing Ari of shocking school violence. YouTube fueled the fire, with claims of violence and even drug use. Ari, distraught, insists to her brother, "Appa, I'm really not," as he stares at his phone. He firmly taps his phone, declaring, "I know, of course you're not," dismissing the fake news. The family huddles together, her brother believing, "If we stayed strong as a family." Ari breaks down completely, her brother having thought, "We could overcome anything." The scene shifts to a bright, modern school building, a stark, however, underscoring a turn. Inside a classroom, students gossip and laugh, unaware of the turmoil. The door to classroom 3 to burst open with sudden force. Ari's brother, now in a school uniform, stands grimly in the doorway, confronting the students. A close-up on his intense golden eye reveals his unwavering conviction. They didn't believe Ari's words. He strides into the classroom with purpose, determined to set things right, thinking no. He drops his bag, recalling how they preferred YouTube lies. A classmate eyes Ari's brother, Lee Jin, with visible apprehension. Jin sits, coolly telling the nervous student, "If you're uncomfortable, you don't have to say hi." 2 class delinquents, Kwak Gita and Hambagan, swagger over, sarcastically greeting Jin. Gita leans in, taunting, "Hey haha, your little sister is freaking awesome," Jin snaps. "Get lost." The delinquents sneer, "Are you showing the first symptoms of celebrity disease already?" Gita provokes further, "Does it feel like you're a celebrity?" as Jin glares. The bully grins menacingly, pressing, "Or not?" Jin's eyes blaze with fury as Gita cruelly asks, "Do you need to appear on the news like your sister to make it feel real?" Jin seizes Gita's shirt, growling, "Shut up," as the bully smirks at his changed demeanor. Gita smirks, "I'm really curious about your sister. Give me her number." He then cruelly adds, "Looks like your family needs money real bad, huh?" The bully mocks their financial woes, mentioning the agency penalty from YouTube News. Gita's taunt, "Maybe your little sister can earn money instead," ignites Jin's fury. Jin's grip tightens fiercely on Gita's collar, his patience wearing thin. "Hey, I said shut up," Jin screams, his face contorted with rage. Gita grabs Jin's wrist, sneering, "Oh damn, he's got some guts. Haha." Licking his lips, Gita provokes further, "So, how much for Lee Ari's number?" Jin explodes, landing a punch as he roars, "Shut your damn mouth." His fist connects, Jin's eyes burning with protective fury for his sister. Gita's eye widens in disbelief at Jin's sudden attack. Jin's fist connects, a flash of blue energy underscoring the impact. Gita reels, his mouth agape, still caught in Jin's unyielding grip. The blow lands hard, blood erupting as Jin's fury is unleashed. Gita stumbles back with a pained UGH, Bacon looking on in shock. Jin breathes heavily, his golden eyes burning, the fight far from over. Bacon mocks his fallen friend, while Gita, clutching his face, snarls back. Bloodied and enraged, Gita vows revenge, but a new voice commands them to stop. Both Gita and Jin turn, surprised, as a new figure enters the confrontation. Jin unleashes his pain, screaming, "What did my mom and sister do wrong to deserve this?" Gita, nose bleeding, hurls a vicious insult, "Like mother, like daughter, you damn bastard." The newcomer sighs, his foot in a sandal scraping forward with a drag. He confronts Gita, "You've really crossed the line, huh?" adding, "So, families of criminals need to be taught a lesson." With a swift shove, he dismisses Gita, declaring, "I'm talking to you." Jin stares, wide-eyed and sweating, as Gita reels back in shock. The entire class watches in stunned silence, some gasping in disbelief. The red-haired student, Class 3-2's delinquent leader Joe Minjae, asserts, "I said stop. Do I really have to say it twice, damn it?" Gita, utterly bewildered, faces Minjae's mocking question. Oh? Quack Gita. What's with that expression, huh? Minjae smirks at Gita. Hey, I'm helping you out till your family's broke, right? Turning to Ajin, Minjae taunts. You hit people without money for compensation. Shouldn't you thank me for saving you some? Ajin glares, blood trickling from his lip as Minjae's words sink in. Minjae, with a cold stare, demands answer. Gita, face contorted in a forced smile, exclaims, yeah, of course, I'm always grateful to you. Minjae smirks. Good, now that you know till let's go to the store, as Gita nervously offers. Because I'm grateful, I'll pay. Ajin watches them depart, a bead of sweat on his temple, his expression unreadable. A close-up on Ajin's golden eye reveals a flicker of understanding, or perhaps resignation. Minjae casts a sly, knowing grin over his shoulder as he leads Gita away. Ajin stands silently, his face shadowed, the weight of the day settling upon him. The scene transitions to a view of an apartment building under a bright sky. Ajin opens his apartment door, announcing, I'm home, as his mom calls from the kitchen. Son, Mom is in the kitchen. Wash up and get ready to eat. Ajin replies, yes, Mom, a hint of the day's events still on his face. He glances towards a door marked Ari, his sister's room. Inside, Ari sits hidden under a blanket, phone aglow, questioning, why? Her screen reveals a new, damaging headline. Lee Ari's controversy erupts again. Ari, distraught, whispers, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything like that. Suddenly, Ajin's hand snatches the phone as he firmly says, hey, stop it. He tells her, watching that only makes you feel worse. But Ari confronts him. Appa, you watched the YouTube video, right? Tears streaming. Ari begs, then, why don't you write a comment saying it's not true? As Ajin sternly calls her name. Their mother appears, worried, asking, Ari, are you okay? As Ari begins, if. Ari clutches her phone, continuing desperately, if you're not going to help. Ari, consumed by despair, hurls her phone across the room, screaming, get out. The projectile painfully strikes their mother's arm as she cries out, UGH. Ajin watches in disbelief, his voice trembling, Mom, as she cradles her arm. He erupts at his sister, hey Liari, what are you doing right now? While their mom interjects, Ajin, stop, Mom is okay. Ari is shown alone, sobbing on her bed, a caption revealing, Ari must be struggling and hurting even more. A somber text fills the screen. Our family believed that time would heal everything. But a flashback to a happy family photo appears, overlaid with Ajin's present voice calling, hey, Lee Ari, open the door. Ajin stands anxiously outside his sister's locked door, knocking gently and calling, Ari. Inside her desolate room, only an empty chair is visible as Ajin pleads, please, open the door. Let's talk, okay? Ari stares at her phone in terror, muttering, no, it's not true. While Ajin's voice demands, give me an answer, Liari. Ari screams from her room, if you don't believe me, just go away. Ajin lowers his head, his expression etched with pain and helplessness. His jaw tightens, words caught in his throat as despair washes over him. Leaning against her door, Ajin wonders, how did things end up like this? Defeated, he announces, I'm going to school. I left food on the table. He glances back at Ari's closed door, a silent, worried pause hanging in the air. The scene shifts, a caption reading, a few days later. Ajin walks solemnly beside his mother, a heavy silence between them. His mother calls his name, Ajin, causing him to look up, surprised. Yes, Mom, why? He asks as she replies softly, I just wanted to see my son's face. His mother embraces him tightly, go to school safely. Be strong, Mom is here for you. Ajin returns the hug, his eyes closed. Yes, Mom. Pulling back slightly, Ajin's golden eyes are open, a heavy look upon his face. Suddenly, Ajin's eye widens in an extreme close-up, a flash of alarm. As they walk towards a public building, Ajin senses they're being watched. Two shady men with a camera spot them, one muttering, isn't that Liari's family? They eagerly drop their cigarettes, Shastra's tea-tilled perfect for a live stream. The men charge, one yelling, idle Liari's mom and that bastard brother showed up. Criminal family. A live stream view captures Ajin and his mom's distress. The streamer demanding questions and donations. A hateful comment flashes across the screen, their accomplices too. Vicious online comments flood the screen, questioning everything about Ari and her family. Ajin and his mom stand stunned, the weight of the hateful words crushing them. Streamers shove cameras in their faces, accusingly asking if the family aided in drug use. They press closer, demanding the mother answer their vile questions for the viewers. One streamer aggressively insults Ajin's mom, yelling for her to speak. Ajin's fist tightens in anger as his mother endures the verbal assault looking down. Suddenly, Ajin reaches out, firmly grasping his mother's hand in support. His mom begins to defend Ari, but Ajin warns her against engaging with the aggressive streamers. From above, the mother continues her plea, insisting Ari is a good daughter, as Ajin tries to silence her. Unseen by them, Ari watches from a balcony above, her face hidden in shadow. From the balcony, Ari watches, tears of pure anguish streaming down her face. Below, streamers mock her mother. Wow. This Ajima is something else, trying to cover up for her daughter. Ajin glances back, a bead of sweat on his temple as a stark realization hits him. He sees the immense weight his mother carries, her shoulders slumped in distress. A determined thought flashes through Ajin's mind. I have to help lighten that burden. He quickly pulls his mother's hood over her face, shielding her from the flashing cameras. But a grim understanding dawns on him, expressed in stark text, but it was. The thought concludes with a sense of dread, already too late. Ajin throws his jacket over his mom, desperately yelling, "Move, stop filming and move." The relentless streamers give chase, shouting, "We just got donations. Catch them, hurry." As Ari watches the chaos unfold, onlookers complain, "UGH, what a mess. This will make property values drop." Gossiping women judge harshly, "It's such an eyesore. Bad for the kids." A thought echoes, that thought of having to lighten the burden of the family. Below, the relentless chase continues, observed by the judgmental crowd. From above, Ari watches the scene unfold, sobbing quietly. A stark realization hits because Ari felt the same way. A heavy door clangs shut, sealing someone's path. Ari's feet ascend a staircase, her mind filled with a desperate wish. If only we could go back. A door creaks open ominously, revealing an unknown space. Ari's devastating thought surfaces. She thought that if the burden she had become disappeared. A pair of pink slippers rest neatly on the floor, left behind. Ari stands on a high ledge, wind whipping her hair, having stepped onto the final stage. The scene shifts to a school building as the bell chimes, a voice announcing, "All right, let's start the class." A teacher with glasses looks on intently, a glint in his eye. In the classroom, Ajin sits at his desk while another student glances his way amidst murmurs. The teacher gestures to an empty desk, questioning, "Who's supposed to be in that empty seat?" Ajin, looking flustered, begins to stammer about that. Two classmates snicker, phones in hand, one asking about Ajin's little sister. The first-year idol. A phone screen displays a live stream, showing an apartment building from below, with viewer comments flooding in. Another student casually reveals, holding his phone, Ajin went to save his sister. Ajin gasped, sprinting desperately, sweat flying from his face. High above, Ari stands precariously on a ledge, her face hidden by wind-blown hair. Below, a crowd of streamers and onlookers point their cameras upwards, a commotion brewing. One streamer screams vile accusations at Ari, while another gleefully announces a large donation. A streamer boasts about record viewer counts. Another callously laments the timing of the unfolding tragedy. Onlookers react with shock, one frantically calling the police, worried about property values. Ajin's sneaker slams onto the pavement as he arrives, breathless. He pushes through the throng of gawking streamers, his eyes fixed on the building. Ajin stares up in utter horror, his voice trembling. "And no, Ari." He shoves past the crowd, arm outstretched, screaming, "Ari, come down from there." Ajin, breathless and panicked, shoves through the jeering crowd. He screams up at Ari, his face contorted in terror, "It's dangerous. Please, just come home." A new resolve forms. Ajin mutters, "No, wait. I'm going up there," as he prepares to bolt. Suddenly, Ajin trips or is knocked down, sprawling onto the hard pavement. He grits his teeth, pushing himself up, sweat and dirt smearing his face. As Ajin cries out for Ari, a hand grabs his shoulder, a voice asking, "Excuse me." A malicious streamer in a blue cap leans in, a sinister grin plastered across his face. The streamer pins Ajin down with his foot, thinking, "I knew it. This asshole." He shoves a phone display in the live stream into Ajin's face, taunting him with cruel viewer comments. Ajin furiously slaps the phone away, roaring, "Gee, get lost. You're the ones who drove my sister to this." The streamer's phone shatters on the pavement as Ajin glares up defiantly. "You piece of shit." The streamer roars, his face contorted with fury. He violently grabs Ajin by the collar, shouting, "You want to be dead, you crazy bastard." Other streamers eagerly film the assault, one sneering, "Isn't this what justice looks like?" The streamer brutally punches Ajin, screaming, "You even know how much this stream is worth?" Despite the blow, Ajin's eyes burn with an unyielding, fiery resolve. A painful memory surfaces, Ari, younger, sobbing uncontrollably in someone's embrace. Another flashback reveals a leering man, his predatory gaze fixed on a vulnerable Ari. The vision shifts to Ari in her room, curled up in bed, consumed by anguish. Ajin recalls the relentless hounding his family endured, his mother's pained face etched in his mind. A single, powerful word hangs in the air, "Damn." Ajin's eye, now a blazing gold, reflects an unyielding spirit. He retaliates, landing a brutal punch squarely on the streamer's jaw. The streamer's head snaps back, blood erupting as he gasps in pain. Ajin stands over the fallen streamer, whose cap skitters across the pavement. On-looking streamers stare in stunned disbelief, one uttering, "Oh God." Ajin's arm drops to his side, his suit slightly disheveled from the scuffle. He stands tall, looking upwards, a silent resolve hardening his posture. A poignant question echoes in his mind. Didn't she say she didn't do IT? Ajin's gaze remains fixed skyward, his bruised face a mask of grim determination. Ajin screams, his face contorted. Ari told you she was innocent. He confronts the filming crowd. Damn IT. She couldn't even go to school. How could she be a bully? Ajin's voice cracks as he demands, did any of you even see IT yourselves, did you? He furiously accuses the streamers. You did it just to get more subscribers. You pushed this just to beg for donations. Ajin roars at the stunned onlookers. Don't mess with someone's life like that, you bastards. A mysterious masked girl with striking red eyes watches Ajin intently from the crowd. An aerial view shows the scattered crowd below, the knocked-out streamer still on the pavement. As murmurs ripple through, high above, Ari's bare feet are shown perilously close to the edge, overlooking the distant commotion. Ari stands on the ledge, her long hair flowing, thinking, Mom, brother. Her eyes fill with sorrow as she whispers to the wind, I'm sorry. A streamer gawks upwards, exclaiming, oh whoa, I think she just moved. Ajin, horrified, screams skyward, Ari, stay put. I'm coming to you. He sprints desperately towards the building entrance, leaving the filming crowd behind. Ajin glances back, his bruised face set, yelling, damn, get out of the way. Suddenly, Ajin freezes, a dark blur plummeting past his horrified gaze. Chaos erupts as streamers shout, one realizing the livestream cut, another urging to record the tragic aftermath. Onlookers scramble to film, one callously instructing another to keep the camera steady despite their nausea. Ajin's golden eyes widen in absolute shock, a single word escaping him, oh. The building looms ominously as a silent, terrible finality hangs in the air. Stark text declares, and just like that, Ari died in front of many people. A funeral portrait of Ari is displayed, the cruel words they said she deserved IT hanging below. Ajin sits alone in mourning attire, the sentiment not even worth grieving over echoing the public's heartlessness. Holding Ari's picture, Ajin reflects on how people still whisper and point at her name. His bruised face shows deep self-reproach. I was just trash who couldn't even protect his sister. 2 weeks later, the scene shifts to a seemingly normal school day, chatter filling the air. In a classroom, one student complains to another, ugh, this is so annoying. Piquing his friend's curiosity, he reveals his favorite streamer channel got shut down for filming Ari's tragic end, calling them insane. Ajin, sitting nearby, overhears and coldly tells the gossiping student, watch your mouth. The student stammers, intimidated by Ajin's dark presence, did I say something wrong? Another student mutters defiantly, it's not like that classroom is his alone. What's the big deal? Ajin rises, his imposing figure silencing the gossiping students. One student snaps at his intimidated friend. What are you scared of? As Ajin exits. Ajin strides purposefully down the bustling school corridor. Elsewhere in the hall, a tough-looking student confronts a calm, red-haired boy. Other students part ways, sensing Ajin's somber mood as he walks past. The tough student addresses the red-haired boy directly, Gita. A sly grin spreads across the tough student's face as he asks, you need some money, right? Ajin stands alone outside, gazing up at the vast, indifferent sky. His weary, golden eyes reflect deep sorrow as he wonders, where did everything go wrong? A haunting image of Ari surfaces in his mind, prompting the painful question, should I have reached out more when Ari was struggling? Ajin's weary face is etched with regret as he wonders, if I'd just gotten there a few minutes earlier? A stark, monochrome flashback shows his horrified realization, his mind rejecting the thought with a simple no. His golden eye, filled with sorrow, considers another painful thought. Maybe I shouldn't have praised her singing when she was 10. Suddenly, a red object smacks Ajin directly in the face, interrupting his somber reflection. He stumbles backward as a drink carton flies, the tough student smirking, oops. The bully feigns innocence, asking Ajin, sorry, mind bringing it back? While Gita watches, Ajin, now splattered with the drink, continues his internal torment. Then maybe she never would have gone to that audition. The bully scoffs, forget it. I'll get it myself, and starts walking towards Ajin. He sneers, I don't want to catch your loser energy by accident by asking you to touch it. The bully then sharply slaps Ajin across his already bruised cheek. Gita mocks the bully, you already touched him when you hit him, making the bully pause. The bully dismisses it with a whatever, and delivers another sharp slap to Ajin. Ajin's bruised face remains impassive, his golden eyes showing only deep sorrow. This bastard is not reacting. The bully wonders, as Ajin continues his bleak internal monologue. Or maybe. The bully punches Ajin hard in the gut, goading, "Act up like last time," while Ajin thinks, "A loser like me." Blood spurts from Ajin's mouth as his self-loathing thought concludes. Shouldn't have been born. Scared now, you coward. The bully roars, winding up for another blow. A brutal kick sends Ajin's head snapping back with violent force. The bully relentlessly follows with another punch, determined to break Ajin. Gita calmly records the beating, his companion mockingly shadowboxing as Ajin endures the assault. Gita focuses his phone, meticulously recording the assault. His screen captures a brutal close-up of Ajin getting struck. Gita announces coolly, "All right, that's all for today." He lowers the phone, a chilling smirk playing on his lips. The main bully turns to Gita, "Filming's over. Let's go." His companion whines, "What? Already? I'm just getting started." Gita explains pragmatically, "This is enough. No one watches full-length videos anyway." The bully glares at the battered Ajin. "Well, anyway. It looks like this bastard's properly learned his lesson." From now on, the bully begins, his foot twitching with menace. He delivers a savage final kick, roaring, "You mess with us again, and you're dead." Ajin crashes to the ground, the impact brutal. As the main bully departs, his companion yells, "Hey, wait for me," leaving Ajin behind. Ajin trembles on the grass, clutching his injured side. He coughs, blood trickling from his mouth, utterly defeated. His battered face is a mask of pain, one golden eye staring vacantly. Inside, the bullies celebrate, the main one boasting, "The revenge match went perfectly, right?" Gita's phone reveals he's already sharing the assault video, anticipating profit. The bully asks Gita about the money, while his friend plans to party hard with the girls. Suddenly, the main bully's head is violently slammed onto a surface. Gita, surprisingly, is the one holding him down, angrily stating, "You punk. Didn't I say I'd pay you only if you do well?" The main bully stammers, "Oh, alright, I'll do my best," clearly intimidated by Gita. Gita's sharp, gray eye narrows, a subtle warning glinting within. The other bully nervously asks, "Hey, quack Gita about that pay." A striking girl with long black hair and a blue streak walks confidently down the hall. As Gita declares, "I think I'll be using it first." The bullies watch her pass, Gita looking thoughtful while the others are visibly surprised. The main bully exclaims, "She's super cool. Was a girl like that always at our school?" As Gita retorts, "That's your job to find out things like that." Gita orders, "Fatty, dig up her info," and the companion readily agrees, "Okay," phone in hand. A door creaks open, hinting at someone approaching Ajin. "Haley Ajin," a voice calls out to the battered boy on the ground, who looks up in confusion. The striking girl from the hallway stands over him, asking, "Hey, are you going to just stay still there?" As Ajin wonders, "Who are you?" The girl, her red eyes blazing, shouts, "Does it matter now?" Ajin stares, bloodied, as she reveals, "The bastards who ruined your sister's life are here in this school." A tear wells in Ajin's golden eye, his mind reeling as he whispers, "WHAT." Elsewhere, Gita paces nervously outside a building, on the phone. His boss on the other end yells, "Boss, did you see that Lee Ajin's footage? You fucking moron." Gita, holding a cigarette, hears his boss rage, "Idiot. Just beating someone up doesn't make headlines on YouTube anymore." While he thinks, "But I worked hard filming this. Can I at least get part of the pay?" The boss commands, "Fuck, record something worth uploading. Don't make me repeat myself." And Gita stammers, "Why yes, sir. I'll." Gita mutters, "Ugh, that asshole said he'd pay for any Lee Ajin's footage." When the girl appears, asking, "How much is it worth?" he turns, utterly shocked and flustered, Huh?" The girl leans in, a menacing grin on her face. "I asked how much it's worth. This Nuna is asking you, you moron." The girl stands over Ajin on the desolate rooftop. Her voice rings out, "The ones who killed your sister are here." Ajin, battered and bloodied, whispers in disbelief, "What?" She sighs, running a hand through her hair. It's a long story. A broken, bloody smile plays on Ajin's lips as her red eyes watch him. Ajin sits up, accusing, "It wasn't just them, it was everyone in town." She challenges him, "And what did you do while Ari suffered?" Tears streaming, Ajin screams, "You're the same, you just watched too. Fuck." On the vast rooftop, Ajin's anguish echoes towards the silent girl. Defeated, Ajin slumps forward, blood dripping onto the ground. The girl tells Ajin she has much to say, but hesitates. She turns, walking away, declaring, "I'll hold back for now," as Ajin watches her leave. Her phone displays Ajin's profile, 18, Sangha Hai, brother of the late idol Lee Ari. She muses that Ari's death isn't the end. Ajin is definitely the next target. A flashback reveals a Jin fiercely attacking someone after his sister's incident. The memory shows an enraged Jin surrounded by cameras, proving he's no pushover. The girl deduces the bullies targeting a Jin are connected to someone powerful. Spotting Gita on the phone, she decides, let's start by looking into that redhead bastard. The desolate rooftop, once a scene of brutality, now lies empty and broken. Gita, still on the phone, meekly asks his boss for at least a small fee for his filming efforts. The girl with the blue streak creeps up behind Gita, a predatory smirk on her face. She leans in, eyeing his phone. How much for Ajin's video? Gita jolts, utterly surprised by her sudden, close presence. With a taunting grin, she presses, this noon is asking, you idiot, what's the price? Gita quickly recovers, a sly look on his face. You interested in buying it? Just tell me how much, she insists as Gita coolly replies, 500. She winks playfully, trying a different tactic. No discount for a friend. Gita takes a drag from his cigarette, silently evaluating her offer and her. His gaze sweeps over her, noting her confident demeanor and school attire. The unspoken assessment continues as his eyes briefly flicker downwards. Gita flicks his cigarette away, countering with a shocking 50. She stares, surprised, as Gita's hand boldly brushes her hair. He smirks deviously, I'll give you 50 at a time, his offer clearly not about money. Before Gita can finish his lewd taunt, what do you think? A fist connects squarely with his face. She delivers a swift, powerful punch, sending his phone flying from his grasp. Gita reels from the blow as she scoffs, you punk. Where do you think you're touching? His phone clatters hard onto the concrete ground. Unfazed, she calmly picks up his fallen smartphone. Crouching over the stunned Gita, she winks, holding his phone. I'll ask more about the details later. Redhead. The scene abruptly shifts to a mundane classroom, a teacher lecturing students at their desks. In class, a tough-looking student asks his deskmate, hey pig, where's Minjae? The student stretches, deciding, really? I should take a smoke too. As he leaves, the teacher yells, Quack Gita. Where are you going? But his friend covers. He's going to take a dump, teach. Quack Gita strolls casually down the school stairs, hands in his pockets. Suddenly, Gita's eyes widen in surprise at someone he encounters. It's the girl with the blue streak, holding a phone and looking at him with a no-no. Gita smirks, looming over her and asking, what grade are you in? Her red eyes narrow slightly as she simply responds, oh. Without warning, she delivers a hard punch to Gita's gut, retorting, none of your business. Gita, stunned, yells, is that bitch crazy? As the red-haired Gita peeks around a corner. Calling out, Cather. Gita, still on the ground, yells at Cather, fuck. Catch her. As the girl sprints away. Cather turns with a sly smirk. You want me to catch her? Enraged and in pain, Gita screams back, yeah, you fucker. Cather grins, okay, I'm going. But I need more money. And takes off after her. The girl dashes down the school hallway, trying to make her escape. Cather, with a predatory grin, rapidly closes the distance between them. She keeps running, her blue-streaked hair flowing wildly behind her. Cather lunges, shouting, got you, bitch, as his hand reaches out. But the girl smirks confidently, a knowing look on her face. She deftly sidesteps his grab, phone still in hand, as Cather's hand meets empty air. Her blue-streaked hair whips past as she effortlessly evades Cather's grasp. She glances back with a triumphant smile, phone held securely, Cather a blur behind her. Cather, utterly bewildered and sweating, can only utter as he stumbles forward. Unable to stop, Cather crashes hard into the classroom wall with a thud. She stands over the fallen Cather, mockingly asking, what are you doing on the ground, lol? As Gita approaches, Cather, seething with rage on the floor, screams, you little asterisk, I'll kill you. With a cool smirk, she retorts, yeah, try your best, Hild, as Gita watches with amusement. Suddenly, Gita leaps into action, lunging towards her over the still-down Cather. Her hand, adorned with striking blue nails, firmly grips the windowsill. With a daring grin, she vaults gracefully over the window ledge, making her escape. She hits the ground running, her long hair flying as she makes her escape. Gita furiously yells at Cather, can you not even catch her, you muscle pig? Go chase her. Without hesitation, both Gita and Cather leap out the window after her. The girl sprints across the schoolyard, Gita demanding, hand over your phone, you little bitch. Her pursuers are already winded. Gita still shouting threats, if I catch you, you're so D. Suddenly, both Gita and Cather freeze, an expression of utter confusion on their faces. A sleek motorcycle appears out of nowhere, heading straight for them. Their eyes widen in terror as they let out a synchronized, horrified scream. The motorcycle, now with the girl expertly riding it, zooms between them, sending both boys flying. She brings the powerful bike to a screeching halt, leaving tire marks on the pavement. Gita and Cather are left sprawled on the ground, utterly defeated. Her blue-nailed fingers confidently grip Gita's phone. Straddling the bike, she waves the phone. Hey, red hair. I'll use this well. Gita, seething with sweat and fury, can only stare. His enraged scream echoes, that crazy bitch. Meanwhile, a scarred student with intense eyes walks calmly down a school corridor. A close-up reveals his determined, battle-worn expression. He respectfully bows his head upon encountering an older man in a suit. The man, likely a figure of authority, gazes sternly ahead. The student remains bowed as the man seems to address him or pass by. The scarred student walks down the hall as others whisper fearfully. Students gossip, one calling him a disgrace, another fearing his violent reaction. More rumors fly. Liari died, and he's involved, her older brother. Insane. His eye narrows, overhearing pity for Liari having such a crazy bastard for a brother. A sudden, brilliant flash of white light momentarily engulfs the scene. The intense light radiates outwards, hinting at a powerful memory or presence. Emerging from the light, the scarred student's resolute face is revealed, eyes glinting. He now stands at a window, looking out with a subtle, knowing expression. Below, the blue-streaked girl looks up, spotting him in the distant window. She grins widely, waving exuberantly from her motorcycle towards him. The scarred student recognizes her. The girl I saw earlier on the rooftop. Elsewhere, Gita, Cather, and another student, Min-jae, gather under a school gazebo. Cather nervously sweats, furtively glancing aside while holding a cigarette. Min-jae, in a black jacket, calmly smokes, looking towards Gita. Gita, seated and also smoking, meets Min-jae's gaze with a casual air. Gita internally seethes. Fuck, that broke bastard's getting cocky. Gita hands Min-jae a stack of bills. Alright, here's 50 for this coverage. Min-jae accepts the cash, remarking, good work, Gita. Kinda hurts to give it up. Gita responds a thanks Min-jae as Min-jae inspects the money. Min-jae looks at Gita. Why, it's a little for you. While Gita trails off, no, it's just. Gita, smoking, internally resolves he'd empty his entire savings if necessary. Gita's resolve to find his phone is clear, then Cather shouts at him. Go get that bitch and bring my phone back. Min-jae coolly states, I want to catch her too, but it's harder than I thought. Gita turns to Min-jae, raising the stakes. Then I'll make it 20 times the pay. Min-jae's jaw drops, utterly shocked. TW20 what? 20 times. As Min-jae grabs Gita in disbelief, Cather shouts the staggering sum, hey dumbass. That's 10 million won. Min-jae's hand clenches, the amount echoing in his mind, 10 million won. Now gripping Gita's collar, Min-jae asks if it's worth it, then fiercely vows. I'll break her arms and legs to drag her back. Energized, Min-jae shouts to Cather, let's go, pig. While Cather gleefully anticipates a new Gucci clutch, Gita watches them depart, a chilling smirk on his face as he mutters, you're dead, bitch. Gita casually mentions he'll just message Min-jae, dismissing how to contact him. The scene shifts to a view of towering apartment buildings under a hazy, sunlit sky. Elsewhere, the scarred student, now in a suit and carrying a backpack, trudges through a parking lot. His face is etched with weariness, eyes downcast as he walks. A painful memory surfaces him, overwhelmed and shouting, as multiple phones record his distress. The flashback intensifies, showing a brutal punch being thrown in a violent confrontation. He reflects, no matter how much I screamed, his expression filled with past anguish. The memory continues, showing him bowing respectfully to the man in the suit. A moment of forced deference. He recalls facing the fearful whispers of other students in the school corridor. Suddenly, the blue-streaked girl on her bike appears, waving cheerfully, as if a voice cutting through his thoughts, to listen. The scarred student's eyes widen slightly, a flicker of realization crossing his face. He thinks, or maybe not no one, as if someone might actually understand. Suddenly, a forceful shove from behind sends him stumbling forward. A thuggish student sneers. What are you spacing out for? As the scarred student regains his balance, the thug grins unpleasantly. Hey, I want to ask you something. He shoves a phone towards the scarred student. Have you seen this girl around? The scarred student's eye darts to the screen, a silent of recognition. The phone displays a picture of the blue-streaked girl. He replies, not really sure. The thug presses. This pic was taken when she was heading toward the rooftop. Thought maybe she ran into you. The scarred student turns away, a thoughtful silence hanging in the air. The thug presses, so, you don't even know what grade she's in. While Ajin coolly replies, no idea. Hey Ajin, what's the rush? The thug grins, claiming Gita wants to apologize. Ajin hesitantly agrees, and the thug eagerly leads him away. Sweet, follow me. They turn down a narrow, secluded alleyway, a sense of unease building. Checking his phone, the thug mutters, F***CK till Git is running a bit late, isn't he? He offers Ajin a smoke, assuring him Gita will arrive soon. Ajin turns to leave, stating simply, I'm just tired. Git is coming real soon, I swear, the thug calls, but Ajin says, tell him I'll see him at school. Suddenly, the thug's hand shoots out, yanking Ajin's backpack strap. Now aggressive, he grabs Ajin's collar. Come on, man, he's just asking to talk for a sec. The thug glares at Ajin. Look at this son of a bitch's eyes. He spits out his cigarette, sneering, acting pitiful, so we go easy on him. Ajin grimaces as a fist connects with his cheek. The thug yells, and now he's got an attitude, winding up another punch. Suddenly, a voice cuts in. Friends shouldn't fight, you know. The blue-streaked girl appears, yanking the thug's hair from behind. Ajin looks down, momentarily stunned by the unexpected rescue. The thug, eyes wide with shock and pain, stammers, oh, you. She smirks down at him. Why? First time seeing a hot Nuna. With a fierce cry of found, you. She slams her fist into the thug's face. The blue-streaked girl stands over the dazed thug. Can't have you getting famous already. Ajin turns to her, demanding, who are you? Why do you keep following me? She playfully touches her cheek. Well, it's not like I like you or anything tilled. She then misquotes, alright, misery loves age mates, as Ajin internally corrects her. Ajin, still unconvinced, presses on, but still, what are you? Suddenly, the thug lunges from behind her, swinging a wooden bat at her head. Ajin shoves her clear, taking the brutal impact of the bat himself. Blood spatters as Ajin's eye widens in sheer agony from the blow. The girl, now on the pavement, stares up in shock at Ajin who just saved her. The thug glares at the shattered bat, snarling, is the bat weak? Or is that bitch just thick-skulled? Suddenly, Gita appears with his entourage, remarking, either way, that was lame as hell. Gita smirks at the thug, grabbing his collar. We're all good, right, senior? Nice work. His grin widens maliciously as he declares, finally got her. This fucking bitch. Another lackey tries to rouse the thug the girl knocked out. Hyung, wake up. Gita addresses the now conscious thug. Pig, you did good, adding, told you, didn't I? There's totally something going on with those two. Gita orders, alright, now let's keep her alive and haul her back. As Ajin stands protectively before the fallen girl, Ajin turns, his bruised face setting grim determination, a faint glow in his eyes. The blue-streaked girl lies unconscious on the ground, vulnerable. A haunting memory flashes, another girl, lifeless, her hand outstretched in a similar scene. Ajin's eye flares with an intense, almost inhuman light, his resolve hardening. Gita approaches with open arms, a false cheerfulness in his voice. Goodness, Ajin. He slings an arm around Ajin, feigning an apology, sorry about earlier at school. Gita's smirk turns sly as he leans in. But you know. His foot presses onto the unconscious girl's back as he muses about her identity. Gita glares down at the girl, demanding of Ajin, who the hell is this bitch? Ajin, his glowing eye fixed on Gita, coldly replies, no idea. Gita's grin widens, a mocking oh yeah, escaping his lips. Suddenly, Ajin snaps, landing a fierce punch on Gita's jaw. Didn't know, huh? Gita, surprisingly unfazed, cracks his neck. Alright, we've got plenty of time anyway. As Ajin now lies beaten, he looms over the fallen Ajin, a cruel smile playing on his lips. So how about we beat it out of you until you do? Ajin, though beaten, glares up with that same intense, glowing eye. Gita smirks, recognizing the defiant look. Fuck, there's that look in his eyes again. Enraged, Gita screams, you piece of shit son of a bitch, as he prepares to strike. Gita lands a savage punch, roaring talk, at the downed Ajin. The force sends Ajin reeling as Gita relentlessly demands, tell us who she is. Gita continues his brutal assault, one lackey observing, he got to him hard-tilled. A crony worries Ajin might die. But Gita scoffs, he won't die. That bastard's pretty damn durable. Gita yanks Ajin up by his collar. Ajin tilled, just tell us, and this gets easier. Who the hell is that bitch? Despite the beating, Ajin defiantly gasps, don't know, earning Gita's sneer. You fucking trash. Gita, losing patience, retorts, yeah then, clenching his fist for another round. Gita screams die, as his fist connects savagely with Ajin's face. Ajin crashes to the ground beside the fallen girl, his body limp. Gita orders his men, hey, pick that bitch up and check if she's got a phone. A lackey struggles to lift the unconscious girl as Gita barks instructions. Another command rings out, pick her up, as they begin to move her. One goon complains, this bitch is heavier than she looks, as a pool of blood marks her spot. A lackey triumphantly holds up a phone. Hyung, is this her phone? Gita smirks, taking the phone. Oh, fuck yeah, you're getting a bonus for this. The previously beaten thug chimes in, praising Gita, who instructs him to message Minjae. The lackey holding the girl hesitates, Gita Hyung, but as Gita examines the phone, The lackey holding the girl stammers. She's a look of dawning horror on his face. His panicked thought echoes. She's not breathing? The entire gang freezes, their faces paling as they stare at the motionless girl. Fear ripples through them. Fuck. She's not really dead, right? One goon whispers to another, eyes wide with terror. Hey, I think we're screwed. A masked lackey tries to bolt, shouting shit. I don't know anything, but is grabbed. Min-jae frantically clutches Gita. Hyung, if my dad finds out, I'm fucked. You told us to do it. Gita seizes Min-jae's face, snarling with contempt. Fucking cowards. He scoffs at his crew. And you call yourselves gangsters. No one dies that easily. The bat-wielding thug steps forward, a disturbing grin spreading. Gita, I'll do the checking. Gita roughly grabs the bat-wielding thug's face, silencing his eager offer. Another lackey continues to hold the seemingly lifeless blue-streaked girl. Gita scoffs internally, plain dead. You think we're a bunch of idiots. A close-up reveals the girl's still form, a faint stain on her white top. Gita sneers, whatever. If we hit her more, she'll probably wake up, right? As Gita reaches for her, the girl suddenly bites down hard on his finger. She glares fiercely, blood on her lips, defiantly muttering, no way in hell. Gita yanks his bleeding finger back, shocked. Fuck. How hard did she bite? He lets out a pained shriek, eyes wide with agony from the unexpected attack. The girl, now fully alert, lands a vicious kick straight to Gita's groin. The girl, still held, remarks her kick was to clean as Gita groans in pain. The lackey holding her tightens his grip, yanking her hair. He brutally slaps her across the face, demanding she let go. The goon delivers a powerful palm strike, sending her reeling. She crashes to the ground, landing near other incapacitated thugs. The scarred lackey smirks, seeing an opportunity to impress Gita. He grabs her hair, shouting angrily at the downed girl. She glares back defiantly, recognizing him and stating she meant to deal with him too. The goon taunts her, acting all tough now, bitch. Enraged, he yanks her head back, preparing for another vicious attack. With a savage grip, she seizes the goon's face, nails digging in. She twists, using his own momentum against him in a brutal counter. The goon crashes headfirst into the pavement as she slams him down. She glares, coldly stating, you cracked my skull first, so no hard feelings, right? The down goon panics. Hey. What are you doing? I was just following orders. Standing over him, she dismisses his pleas with a chilling, quit whining. Another masked lackey trembles with rage. This fucking bitch, seriously pushing her luck. He spots a jagged piece of broken wood, transforming it into a makeshift weapon. Lunging forward, he screams, die, you crazy bitch, ready to strike. The sharpened wood hurtles down, aimed directly at the defiant girl. The girl narrowly dodges the lethal strike, her hair whipping through the air. Her eyes widen in terror. Shit, is he really trying to kill me? Suddenly, a djinn appears, smashing a fire extinguisher into the attacker's face. The masked goon groans in agony, blood spurting from the impact. A djinn stands over the fallen lackey, fire extinguisher in hand, as the girl remarks, wow. The other goons stare in disbelief, one stammering Gita's name as a djinn glares. Enraged, Gita screams F***CK, get those fucking bastards. A djinn calmly pulls the pin from the fire extinguisher. A nearby lackey watches, a bead of sweat rolling down his confused face, A djinn unleashes a powerful blast from the fire extinguisher, engulfing the area. The alley erupts in chaos as goons scream, blinded and choking from the extinguisher blast. Disoriented lackeys shout in the haze, one mistakenly grabbing another. A djinn and the girl emerge from the white cloud, coughing but determined. A djinn tries to hurry her, but she snaps back about her cracked skull. She pats his arm, surprisingly telling him to let her go. A djinn, still worried, insists they need to escape quickly. The girl, already at a vehicle, urges a surprised djinn to get in. A djinn, bruised and bleeding, pauses, a silent thought passing his lips. The scene transitions to a sweeping view of the city skyline at dusk. A black SUV drives through the city streets, while a pedestrian hesitantly says, but. Inside the SUV, a djinn questions, can a high schooler even drive? As the girl retorts, I'm not in high school though. A djinn looks utterly bewildered while she cheekily adds, I just have a baby face despite her injuries. A battered djinn presses, wait, then how do you even get into school? And the uniform? Seriously. Who are you? The girl, hands on the wheel, ponders with a slight smile, where should I start explaining? As they wait at a red light, she exclaims, oh, right, I'll keep it simple. She then cheerfully reveals, I'm actually a cyber wrecker too. Her. A djinn stares, utterly dumbfounded by her unexpected confession. The SUV waits at the city intersection, a djinn's silent. What? Hanging in the air. Still processing, a djinn hesitantly asks, are you also a cyber wrecker? The The girl begins her explanation with a thoughtful so. The girl, noticing blood on her hand, casually remarks, in this industry, they usually call us drivers. Ajin's eye narrows, a glint of suspicion and resolve within it. He questions if she, too, approached him to film content about school violence perpetrators. Ajin's firm no cuts through the air, his intent clear. His voice drops, threateningly asking if she's involved in his sister's death. Ajin's fist trembles as he vows, I'll kill you right here. Unfazed, the girl rests her hand on the gear shift, challenging him, go ahead and try. She then insists he listen to her story about his sister first. Ajin falls silent, considering her words, his expression unreadable. As the light turns green, she begins. Remember I said the bastards who killed your sister were at school. The scene shifts to Min-jae, anxiously waiting at a public shelter. Two familiar figures approach from behind, the larger one calling out his name. Min-jae whirls around, frantically demanding, hey, where's my phone? Gita, looking battered, coolly reveals he is Min-jae's phone. Min-jae snatches the phone, urgently saying, if you brought it, give it to me quickly. Internally, Min-jae curses, his frustration boiling over. He stares at the phone, biting his nails, visibly stressed. When chided for not checking messages, Min-jae snaps that the girl stole his phone. Min-jae sighs, relieved, phew, Hyung-nim didn't contact me. Suddenly, a voice cuts in, hey, you couldn't catch that bitch. Gita, battered, begins to explain to the red-haired man, well, about that. He grimaces, revealing, that bitch is at least a former boxing professional. The red-haired man reacts with a sharp, what? Clearly surprised. Gita elaborates, judging by her fighting sense and punching power. As a flashback shows her devastating punch, he concludes his assessment, she's got skills to at least compete in national tournaments. The red-haired man smirks, oh, so that's why you guys look like that. Haha. Min-jae, flustered, insists, Gita is telling the truth as Gita spits blood. Min-jae adds his own experience, I've been hit a lot, you know? But she knocked me out with one punch. A flashback shows the girl's punch, Min-jae recalling someone else also knocked him out, even Gita. The red-haired man processes, so the girl who rode a motorcycle to school showed up suddenly and beat down all the delinquents. The red-haired man burst out, ha. Hey, is this even real? He clutches his head, roaring with laughter at their ridiculous story. Gita admits he tried to fight Ajin, only to find they didn't know each other. As the leader internally scoffs at the comedy sketch, suddenly, the red-haired man's eye widens with a thought. Wait. He latches onto a detail, sharply asking, what? Say that again, NewTube. Min-jae nervously explains, well, like comedy NewTubers, like a role-play scenario. The leader's eyes gleam as he demands, send me all the pictures you took of that blue-haired girl. Quick? Gita and Min-jae look startled by his sudden, intense interest. The red-haired man eagerly receives the images on his phone. A wicked grin spreads across his face as he declares, this girl smells like money. The SUV speeds down the highway, a blur against the sunset. She cuts to the chase, you know which NewTuber started the rumors about your sister. Ajin admits no, as she reveals, Gecko TV started it first. He's famous in this industry. He questions, what's Gecko TV, prompting her to ask, do you even watch NewTube? Ajin confirms he does, leading her to inquire, like what? His innocent reply, videos with puppies and cats, earns an exasperated ugh. You're a muggle. Huh. Confused, Ajin asks, what's a muggle, before she decides, anyway, I'll explain it easily. Her determined face reflects in the side mirror as she begins. There are cyber wreckers looking for controversy. She elaborates, and then there are those who create stories that become controversies. Ajin, horrified, connects the dots, so, like my sister, there are bastards who make up false stories. The girl grimly confirms, sadly, yes. She explains some people create false facts for cyber wreckers as the car speeds on. We call those people drivers, she declares, eyes fixed on the road. Ajin, processing, asks, so, those investigative sources aren't our school? She affirms, yeah, the lowest ranking ones. She then brings up the victim interview about Lee Ari's bullying. A Gecko TV clip shows a crying victim, Lee Yani, as the girl asks about the classroom filming. The girl continues her probing question. Besides that, aren't all the issues related to her? False, she concludes, meeting Ajin's gaze. Ajin, stunned by her knowledge, demands, how do you know that? The girl reveals, there must be drivers among the students in your school. Please find them. Ajin's hand clenches violently, veins bulging with suppressed rage. His face contorted with fury, Ajin snarls, just kill them all. The scene cuts to a park shelter as a voice booms, how do you do? The red-haired leader, on the phone, excitedly asks, Hyung-nim, did you see the photo? On the other end, someone asks if it's Min-jae, looking at the blue-haired girl's picture. A heavily tattooed man, presumably Hyungnim, demands, "Where did you take this?" The leader explains, "Some girl who appeared at school recently and approached Lee Jin. She wasn't normal." Hyungnim then cuts to a chilling question, "Hey Min-jae, how much did you get for that Lee Ari bullying interview video?" The red-haired leader sweats, caught off guard by the sudden interrogation. Min-jae nervously admits to Hyungnim, "I think I received 1 million at that time." Hyungnim, with a chillingly wide grin, declares, "I will see that bitch myself." He then tells Min-jae, "I'll give you a big one this time," his eyes gleaming. Min-jae bows deeply, phone pressed to his ear, exclaiming, "Thank you, Hyungnim." The red-haired leader remains in a profound bow, showing his utter deference. One of Min-jae's battered underlings stammers, "WH, what just happened?" completely bewildered. Min-jae straightens, a wicked smirk playing on his lips. "It's a sure rise." Gita and the other thugs stare, still processing the sudden turn of events. The scene shifts to a luxurious modern house under a moonlit night sky. Jin and the red-haired girl ascend the steps towards the impressive residence. The red-haired girl pushes open the grand doors, Jin trailing behind. She glances back, a questioning look in her red eyes. Jin hesitates at the threshold, his expression unreadable. "Don't be shy, come in," she urges, warning about mountain mosquitoes. They step into a stunningly spacious and modern living room. The girl flops onto a plush sofa, exclaiming, I'm so exhausted, I feel like I'm dying." Jin silently observes the luxurious surroundings, his gaze sweeping the room. A nearby photo shows the girl beaming alongside a happy, well-dressed couple. Seeing her fatigue, Jin suggests, "For now, you should get some rest too." Still taking in the opulence, Jin finally asks, "Is this your house?" She clarifies, "It was before. Now it's how should I say? A safe house." Jin echoes, "Safe house," as she sits up, adding, "It's good for hiding in the mountains." He processes this new information with a simple awe. Suddenly, she's behind him, arms slung over his shoulder, pointing to the photo. "I was super cute, right?" Jin remains stoic as her finger playfully taps his chin, her eyes glinting. She abruptly grabs him, exclaiming, "Oh my, you've been talking casually this whole time, huh?" Jin's indignant voice shouts, "What are you doing? Let go." With the family photo in view, she teases, "This little kid needs to be scolded," as he yells, "Get off me." She lifts him in a playful back hug, asking, "What? You like being close to your Nuna?" Jin struggles, pushing her face away, desperately crying, "Stop." The girl stumbles back with a loud thud, caught completely off guard. Jin, panting heavily, glares down as she groans on the floor. He furiously accuses her, "Aren't you just like those cyber wreckers or drivers?" Jin continues his outburst, "This luxurious house and car." Pointing to the mansion, he yells, "You're not just some ordinary rich kid." She looks up intently as he demands, "Playing hero with too much money." A small, knowing smirk appears on her face as she states, "You still don't trust me." She gestures to the family photo, "My parents in that photo." Jin stares at the picture as she solemnly reveals, "Both of them passed away." She delivers the final blow, "Just like your younger sibling, because of the cyber wreckers." Jin's eye widens in stunned silence, the revelation hitting him hard. She looks up from the floor, offering, "I'll tell you the details slowly." Rising, she places a hand on his shoulder, suggesting, "Let's take a warm shower and get a grip." The luxurious safe house stands silent under the moonlit, cloudy sky. Jin stands under the shower, water cascading over his troubled form. As steam fills the air, he recalls, a vague memory passes by. Water pools around his feet, the shower a momentary escape. A memory surfaces, the girl as a child, beaming with her parents before Legend Food. The Legend Food logo flashes, a young voice crying out, "Mom." A younger Jin frantically searches, yelling, "Where did the fried dumplings go?" A voice from the past echoes, "Jin, you can't eat dumplings anymore." His mother appears in the memory, a worried look on her face as she holds a steaming pot. Young Jin shouts, "Why, Ari likes dumplings too," while his sister looks on, puzzled. His mother explains the news reported food waste in the dumplings, promising handmade ones later. Defiant, Jin claims they're still tasty, as Ari cheekily remarks, "Mom, I guess Appa even eats trash." Their mother scolds them for fighting, while a news report about the Legend Food scandal plays on TV. Jin narrates, "Probably back then, some YouTuber snuck in for coverage or something." The TV screen flashes a news report, "Legend Food, food waste dumpling scandal." He recalls, "It became such a big deal, it even made the news." A chilling image flashes, a fallen figure with long dark hair, a hand limply outstretched, a weapon glinting nearby. A haunting memory, a woman lies still in bed, a phone recording the tragic scene. Back in the shower, Jin's face is etched with sorrow, water mixing with unseen tears. He reflects that woman must have been similar to me too, connecting their shared pain. A hand with vibrant blue nails pops open a can of beer with a crisp sound. The red-haired girl, now with a blue streak in her dark hair, gulps down the drink. Till that hits the spot, she sighs, a plate of dumplings beside her on the floor. Ajin's hand suddenly reaches out, snatching a dumpling from her plate. She questions his grab, but Ajin, now in pajamas, simply states, "I'm hungry." As he munches, she teases, "Ha, you like dumplings. Those pants look good on you." Her smile fades slightly as she looks at the dumplings, murmuring, "I'm tired of it." Ajin, reaching for another dumpling, acknowledges her skill, "You fight well." He then makes a direct request, "Teach me how to fight too," to which she casually asks, "Why?" With fierce determination, Ajin declares, "Because I want to get revenge like you." Seal taps her beer can thoughtfully, correcting him, "No, the order is wrong." Ajin looks utterly perplexed by her cryptic response. She clarifies, propping her chin on her hand, "Did Seal Nuna succeed in her revenge? That's what you should be asking." Ajin, still munching, processes this new angle with a bead of sweat. Seal gently takes the half-eaten dumpling from his hand, stating simply, "No," leaving Ajin even more confused. She takes a bite of the dumpling herself, a subtle smile playing on her lips. Standing up, Seal looks at Ajin and makes a powerful proposal, "Let's do the revenge together."